Hey kids, it's Miller time. How you doing, Roy?
Hey, Miller time. Good plan. I'm doing good, my friend. How are you?
Pretty good. We're gonna spelunk around in TaleSpire today. Is what we're gonna do.
Cool.
So we'll that's kind of be
That's the map facility, yes. So you can build your own adventuring locale, and then view. I mean, it's in 3D though, isn't it? So you can view this from any kind of perspective and get some really snazzy screenshots or desktops, if nothing else.
Yeah. It is 3D, and yeah, if nothing else, here I'll open up and you can see this kind of space once it loads up here. We were creating our own map, and then I became aware of TaleSpire, and that's kind of the space that's in there. So we can like go into a space like this. We can drag down this level lock kind of thing, so we can see the different levels, that sort of thing. Put characters in, move them around, that sort of thing. What I want to do is I don't know if we'll be able to do this today or not. I think we're gonna basically spelunk and till we hit dead ends.
Mm-hmm.
And if we don't hit any dead ends, what I want to do is I want to put characters on here and move them, or at least get their positions programmatically. And that gets us a step closer to where we need to be, where we need to know where characters are to see, for example, spell effects, if somebody's close enough for a spell effect to work or not.
Cool. So this is very much, it's not just create pretty graphics. It actually knows locations of users and objects and things like that. So as such, It's a geographical play space, much in the same way as the screen is for the purposes of everything we've done before.
It's three-dimensional, though. Right, I get not only an XY, but I get a Z as well, which is something we didn't have on our map editor. Our map editor, while it looked gorgeous, it did not have three-dimensional spacing. So,
but this is also true three-dimensional space. So, for example, X and Y, I can imagine viewing from above, and just, those are 2 dimensions. Z, of course, is depth, and if you were viewing from above, again, these are a lot of assumptions, you've got height within, let's say, a room.
Yeah.
Okay. But you've also got height, as in which floor are you on? Because you've got a tower there. There's multiple floors, and indeed, I see stairs. So you could be part way up a stairs.
Right. So then there's this other idea, too, is line of sight. And I'm not sure if TaleSpire gives us access to this. I know the devs were working on line of sight, but basically line of sight is a big deal when you're doing a ranged attack, like shooting a fireball, for example, or an arrow, right? You need to be able to see them. And then there's also this idea of cover.
Yep. So
I'm thinking that maybe, for example, I could have a character that's hiding back, like behind this wall, right over there. Here, hold on a second.
Sure.
Can I get the mouse anywhere where you can see it? I can't really do it because of this view. Anyway, that's kind of what we're looking at.
Well, I can picture somebody being sort of behind the stairs there. The stairs takes you up, but it's also a blocking facet to the rest of that room.
Right. That's kind of the idea, is that so that you could have cover, and you can in D&D you can have partial cover, full cover. I think partial is quarter, half, and 3/4, maybe, if I'm recalling the rules.
To your knowledge, does TaleSpire present or allow for the possibility of, and for that matter, is it of any use, the idea of facing a given direction and therefore not, being aware of what's behind you?
I don't recall, but I know they were working on Fog of War. In other words, if you were exploring a room, not showing you the parts your character wasn't able to see yet. And I don't know. I remember they were having trouble with that in the beta, and I'm not sure where they are with that now.
I mean, it's a tricky conceptual idea anyway, because you're talking about a multiplayer experience. So we might be facing each other and therefore see what is behind each other, broadly speaking.
Right.
How does that play into, rounds, and how? Because the assumption is you and I are playing together, and we're not opposition at that point.
Right.
So I can shout, look out behind you, and it's as if you saw it yourself.
I know. Yep. There's definitely that. There's also things such as, lighting conditions. The rules of D&D talk about, how far you can see in dim light.
Yeah.
And different creatures have different sensing abilities. So there's kind of a different sense of awareness. And there's also this concept of like a spectator view. right? So
Sure.
if I show you the map, am I going to show you from a particular character's point of view, like it's their turn, and so here you can see what they see, or will I give it to you from like an overall spectator view? I don't know. There's also potentially the ability for us to add our own spell effects right into the map, which I'm potentially excited about if we can make that work. So the idea is that I cast like an area of effect spell. Like the area of effect spells, they come in geometric shapes like cones and cylinders, cubes, things like that. If I cast that spell, I would like to be able to see it with cool spell effects in 3D right in the game. And when that spell expires, I'd like to see the effect go away. So we basically, TaleSpire offers this great three-dimensional map, and we've got this killer D&D engine that we've been developing, and I want to kind of work towards marrying the two. That
sounds like a plan.
That's what the plan is. All right. So right now, I've just downloaded some sample code for modding TaleSpire, and I checked with the latest build to see if the plugins still load, and they appear to load. I haven't tested them, but they appear to load.
Yeah.
In other words, when I get to the loading screen of TaleSpire, it says these plugins are loaded. And I'm like, okay, well,
That's good.
if it says they're loaded, some code's getting executed somewhere. So
feels like a good minimum that we need to have running. So yeah.
Yeah. By the way, right behind me is this killer. This is the thing I'm most interested in right here. It's this killer UI that somebody built. Let's just say okay here for a second. And it allows you to select all the creatures that are in the current board will appear in this list. What they're calling Get Creature List. I can then multi-select them and then say move them, and they can all move in the direction I'm specifying to move by. And I want to see that, because if I can see that, then that's like the key to making this whole all this magic work.
Yeah, that's exerting your will on the world.
Getting the list of creatures from the world as well, because there's kind of two components to this that we want to do. One is we want to know where the players are, but two is we want to put our own custom graphic three-dimensional mod shapes in for those creatures. And there's been various levels of success, generally not high, up to this point. They've been able to, hackers have been able to successfully replace an existing skin with another skin, but they can't add a new one. At least they couldn't as of a couple months ago when I checked, and I'm not sure where we are now with it. So that'll be something we explore too. But the cool thing, the magic we're going to be able to do, I think, is put our own character in. Each character's got a GUID. Take that GUID, we're going to map it to our internal character data, and then everything will just fall into place. I think it's going to be super exciting.
Yeah.
So anyway, that's kind of where we're going. Right now, I'm just looking for a build, kids, and so I got some things I got to reference out here. So I'm going to just start doing that. Let's add these references in here. Got to go out and browse apparently on here, the Unity engine stuff. Really? It didn't save my last folder? Interesting. All right. So program files, Unity, editor, data, managed. Okay. What do I need here? I notice I need unity.mathematics. I don't see it here.
No.
I don't think it's here. I was looking for it a moment ago, and I was like, where's unity.mathematics? So these three, we got to find these, wherever these are. Unity engine, though, it's here. Input legacy. There it is right there. Can I multi-select here? Ooh, I can. Sweet. Let's do that. So input legacy, physics module. Boom. UI. Okay. What's the UI here? Uh-oh. UnityEngine.ui is not there. I'm going to just throw these right here. Because maybe...
I'm getting some strange flashbacks to this now. My son enjoys, as many do, the odd video game or two, and he has played a bunch of Unity engine-based games through Steam. And he came to me, it was about a month back, something like this, and says, "Dad, I need some help. I want to install some mods." I was like, okay, well, that's usually fairly easy. You go into the game, you add a mod, you download it from wherever it's supposed to, and away you go. But it seems that for this particular game, there was no official modding engine, no deliberate design for you to be allowed to do that. Okay, but yet people have still modded the game. This is sort of old school modding, as in hacking and sort of replacing things and what have you.
Right.
But I'm looking at the top of your list of references there, the Bepinex reference, and that was one of the elements that was at play in this particular case. I did not read around it as much as I could have, but it struck me that the Bepinex was perhaps a mechanic for deliberately injecting sort of selections of stuff into the runtime of the game.
Oh, really?
And there was nothing about the game that necessarily looked for it. It didn't volunteer itself, but it might have been, I guess you'd say, just a natural side effect of being a Unity game. And I do remember we downloaded a pack, and it was literally, when we finally got it right, we were able to just drop it in.
What is it? Where are you, Bepinex? Okay, I get your
we have versions.
Yeah. Okay, cool. What do you do? What are you doing here? Where's your
Harmony's the other keyword there that I've seen a fair bit. Harmony is sort of I don't know what you'd call it, a sort of a centralized set of functions that aid in the generalized process, almost like an interface to which you can write your here is a mod kind of theory.
Yeah, look at this. Unity XNA game patcher and plugin framework. Holy
See,
cow.
that's what I meant to say.
I love it. I love it. Okay, that's great insight. I'm so glad you had a son. That was perfect for me. It worked out perfect.
17 years ago, I had this plan, right, where I'd arrive here at this moment with this knowledge necessary.
I remember at the time I was like, well, what's the point, Rory? I don't understand. How does it benefit me?
It's the long game.
How does it benefit me? That's what I was asking. I got to learn to be more caring of other people. There's support for games and game modding frameworks. There it is right there. Look at that, Rory.
Main target usage of Harmony X is in Bepinex and Unity.
Sweet. Okay. So, cool. Back over here, we need these. We haven't been able to find these right here. Unity Engine .ui.
Yeah, I remember having a similar problem, and I'm trying to think how we fixed it at the time.
Here, let's ask. Where's Unity Engine? Is it Unity.engine? It's Unity Engine.ui. Okay. Giant.
I love that as a first place. Look, Unity and DLLs, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, okay. What did you find? Yeah. Fine. You want to do? Did you mean just a DLL? Look what I've done here with this L. All right. Okay.
Okay, that's good. Visual Studio Code Project C#. Project uses Unity.
What you got?
Where are these files? I like this guy's question.
Data manage subfolder. I feel like I was there. That's where I was looking. Let's try one more time. I think they moved. That's my feeling.
That is possible.
All right, back over to C. Program files. Unity. Editor. Data managed. Yeah, I'm feeling like we're right there. Right? Isn't that what they just said? Editor data managed.
Oh, there are some comments that suggest that some of them are moved. See that first comment?
Here, it's this one right here. I was reading the wrong one. I thought it was this. It's this.
Which version of Unity are you using? Because there's a comment there that says version 5X is in this other location. Somebody else has gone 2019 X is here.
Let me go see what I can find in here. I'm going to go into Unity extensions. Let's go look and see what we find there.
Fair enough.
I
think it was just one up from where you are.
Editor data Unity extensions. Okay. All right, cool. Unity. And then what? GUI system. No, there's nothing there that says GUI system. Neither of these look good. No, no, and no. Well, let's go look at the comment now. Contents, Unity extensions. There's no contents. Editor data contents? No. Managed contents? No. Nothing. All right, let's just look for it. UnityEngine.ui. Why make me work so hard? Whose idea was this to make me work so hard? Also, I'm never a fan of this. This always seems to take way too long. I've got like one of the fastest machines in the world, and I'm at this point. I'm like, okay, you see me browsing up and down for the, looking through this.
Yep.
Why not just, open up a? There we go. Okay, so I can grab that guy. Cool. Let's bring it up again. See if we can get the other ones. Unity.mathematics. Holy cow! Where'd you find this? Wow, look at that. Did you see that path to it? Look
Yeah.
It's in here all the way. That's the path. Right? Here's the hub editor back here. Here, let me just widen this thing out.
That's quite lengthy, isn't it?
Let's see this whole thing. There's the path. So you have to get in Unity Hub Editor, then there. What is going on with that? Whose idea? Okay, I'm going to not dwell on this much longer, but I'm going to go back over to Unity, and we're going to do another search, though, and we're going to go find Unity.mathematics.
So I appreciate the methodology may be different. I've actually found the project we were messing around with on this laptop.
Oh, yeah.
And in my case, we were trying to to modify a game. And so that game, it sort of came with the base game was just sort of there in the Steam folder where it was supposed to be. And the instructions were, here is a download. It contains a bunch of files. Drop it into this folder in your game as a kind of a base framework. Yes. After which you will be building this plugin, this C# plugin, and you need it to compile to one of the folders within what we've just given you.
Yes.
Now I've opened up the I've opened up the project, and when my copy of this has also got a resource to unityengine.ui.dll, it finds it in the quote managed folder of the game drop-in, not of Unity. Like I say, it may not apply in this circumstance, but the drop-in collection of files that forms this sort of framework that we're going to work alongside was placed beneath the game files. So I guess in this case, that might be somewhere beneath TaleSpire.
Yeah. So
rather than...
Sure. Let's talk about that a second. Okay, I found Mathematics and Text Mesh Pro.
That's good.
I don't see post-processing in here, though. Unity.postprocessing. Yeah, it should be right there since we're looking alphabetically. So I have to look for that one separately. Yeah, look at these paths. They're just like blowing my mind. All right, let's do. Oh yeah, look. We've got multiple. Oh yeah, it's a versioning issue. It's only in the latest. Is partially, I think, the problem maybe. All right, let's look one more time. Let's look for Unity.post. Star dot whatever like that. All right, so let that go. No, that's not what I wanted. How did you think that's what I wanted? Processing dot runtime. See if we can find that. Is that right? Looks like I spelled it right. Okay. Meanwhile, here is my TaleSpire folder, and let's look at it.
Okay.
So this is where it's running from right here. Okay.
So yeah,
I've copied in the BepInEx and the Socket API GUI and some of the other.
Oh, that looks so familiar.
Yeah, they said copy these in to get this thing to go. So I said, okay, cool. I did that.
So the files that I'm linking to are coincidentally inside of a my game name here _data folder. And I saw a TaleSpire _data folder there.
Yeah.
I'm in managed. And then I'm just there.
So here, notice these bouncy rocks, they correspond to these over here, I think. So
is there any Unity stuff in the bottom of that list?
Ooh. Now you just made me sad. Because they're like all there. All the ones I want. Okay, fine.
I wasted hours on this when I was doing it with my son.
All right.
Many times I told him, we're going to give up on this soon. It's just not working.
Well,
But
we're
did
not
find
doing
a
that
level
today.
of success.
All right, so let's do this one more time. Let's say add reference. Let's hit browse. Now, modding, here's what I've done. I've created this folder called DLLs here, and I've copied some stuff over. I really already copied them all over. Look at this, I've already copied them over. I guess I saw that as well, and I was like, oh, I bet we'll need those, and I just copied them over, it looks like. So
Cool.
let's go find the ones we need here. Let's see what we're gonna need. Bepanex is not here, but we do have Bouncy Rock bounce package, got runtime, TaleSpire third party, right there. That's the second one. Asset management, bounce tools,
data model art, and runtime.
Runtime. Cool. We got all of those. Whoops, I don't know why I clicked that. I meant that. Then we go down to unity.mathematics. There it is.
Okay, we've got post-processing runtime, text mesh pro.
There.
Okay.
Where's my-
Now everything else starts Unity engine.
there's
So we've
Unity
got
engine
core
right there.
module. Sorry, yes, we got the base one. Then we got core module,
Got it.
input legacy module, physics module,
Got it.
UI.
There it
There
is. Got
you
it.
go. And then we've got a few UI. So UI elements module, UI module, and Unity web request module,
Okay,
and
whoops.
Unity web request texture
Got it.
something.
Is that it?
Now, I think that's it, but Fred was a little in the way, so that's probably pretty good.
Yeah, no, I think that's it. Good. Okay. Uh-oh. Reference to the component. Unity core module already exists in the project.
You found some stuff.
Oh, now all of that work. I can't remove these unless, can I go here and remove them? No, wait, that's within the assemblies here. Okay, let's see if I can remove them here without losing all that selection work we did. Or no, this is just in the framework, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's no way to see those in the list. Nothing. Com's not going to have anything, right? Type however.
No.
Yep. It's tough. All right, fine.
That's kind of sad, isn't it?
It's super sad. All right, let's go in here. We're
Maybe we'll get lucky and it will remember the fact you selected them a few minutes ago.
Also, we have a new problem.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right, let's kill this. We're going to kill this and restart it. Because if I delete these, we've got to now, write them all down. You know what I mean? Take a screenshot or something.
Yeah.
This is a tough space to be in. My best way out, I think, is to leave without saving, restart, and then fix them on the restart.
Could you start a second copy?
All right. I guess I could. If you
I'm
insist.
not sure
Is that going to be brilliant?
quite how that helps.
Oh, let's see. That's it right there. It's probably a wiser move. I haven't figured it out yet. Okay. All right, that looks right. Can you send an email? Oh my God, really? Yeah, you just asked everyone, Shruhaha, to do that. I cannot believe you just did that, but all right, if you must, let me go take care of that email for Karen Mangicotti. Oh my God.
The tone of the message suggested possible legitimacy.
Yeah.
Having said that, it's almost random enough to be completely not real.
No, it's her. I know where she is. Should have taken my name, honey, instead of keeping that Mangicotti. No.
Oh dear.
Yeah, she took my card today. All right, and done. Go back out to. You were like fool. You call me a fool. Done. So that's sex positive, everybody. In case you're thinking I've got 2 wives now. True haha. It's got a new handle out there. Yeah, done. All right, we'll see if that works. Okay, let's down email, and let's see where I am. I think this is the right place to be.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not certain how useful this was. We do have now a second copy of the UI, so we've got one that does not have. I guess you're back to square one, which is the selecting of the correct DLLs in order to marry up with the failing references.
Yeah. Does it make sense at all to... Because I have to do this for each one of these inside. I was just wondering, does it make sense to specify, like to change my assembly path at all? I think that may require an environment change though, and I'm a little reluctant to do that to solve this problem.
I think you can give what's called a file hint. The only way I've ever done it before is to edit the project file in text, and it's a bit heavy-handed for this many.
Is it? All right, so we'll keep we'll run this the normal way then. So add reference, browse, and you think you're helpful right now. Okay, I'm gonna remember that. Let's come over here though, and we'll just come over here and choose add reference. It should hopefully remember the same folder. Does it? No, gets me back to here, but I have the DLLs, which is where I want to be. That's not bad. I'll take that. Why did this one remember it and the other one did not? Kind of interesting. Okay. There's the DLLs. Let's go down one more time. We'll get them. Bouncy rock.
Okay.
Bounce package.
Got all the bouncy rocks.
TaleSpire.
Well, I say not all of them, is it? So we've got the TaleSpire third party, TaleSpire asset management, bounce tools runtime, data modeler runtime, and runtime.
Got them.
Then we skip down to Unity, Unity Mathematics, post-processing runtime, and Text Mesh Pro.
Got it.
After which we're jumping to Unity Engine, where we'll take that as it is. Also one with core module, input legacy module, physics module, UI, and UI module.
Got it.
And then Fred's in the way. Something web request module.
Unity web request.
Unity web request module.
Texture
and
module.
the one.
And yeah.
Those are the two. Yeah.
Okay. Good. All right. God, I'd love to be able to copy these. Can I? Nope, I can only remove them.
you can do either of those very destructive things that will be of no help whatsoever in this circumstance.
Yeah, did you see my hope jump up?
I was worried you were going to flinch and accidentally press one of those.
Yeah. Hold on a second. Let's send a text to Karen. Did it work?
She said thanks in the.
She did?
In the comments there.
Said,
whether
thanks,
that's an
bro.
acknowledgement.
Okay. All right, good. Now we just need this BepNX right here. Before I add that, though, I've got these other ones, too, that I'm feeling are going to have the same problems, or maybe not.
Yeah, some of those that have just spun past, they seem to be working.
Well, this one. Yeah, no, I think we got the same problem in all of these. Socket API. So let's go in and we'll fix that.
Okay. Well, hang on. This is the possibility. If you save the project where you have just added those,
yes,
you can right-click Edit as Text, and it'll close the project and reopen it, and you can just copy.
All right, let's do
the
that.
text references, maybe.
Let's do that. Before we do that, let's add BepNX. Let's find that. So we got that one as well. Which, oh, what? Really?
Wow, that's even more not where we want to be.
Okay. What do you want to embed? It's in here. There. I'm gonna call that the one.
Yeah.
There's BepNX.harmony too. Okay, good. Save. Meanwhile, let's go to the other version of this and exit without saving. Okay.
Good call.
Now, let's. Do we want to unload all the projects?
I think unloading this one for now. Right. So we're either scrolling or searching for something that we know. There's a whole bunch there, look, just off the bottom.
Here we go.
Now these are all hint paths, and obviously they're collective versioning and what have you. We can copy all of this and then we can paste it, but we're going to have sections at a time. So everything from BepInEx down to but not including Newtonsoft is likely going to be needed in other projects, right? But then there's a variety of things that we don't need. Oh, look at that! See, is that CodeRush multi-select?
Yeah, but I'm not sure it's going to still paste them all together as one group.
Which is fine. Nothing wrong with that.
Let's see what we do. Okay, so we got those two pieces. Those are the two pieces I think we need.
I think you're right.
I'm going to copy those. And okay, so there's that. Now we need to go to one of these others. I guess we do, it's a two-part. Do I have an edit option? I have to unload it first.
I think it is an unload first. Now, the other option is if you have a built-in, mind you, you want to use CodeRush, so that's worth saying here.
Okay. Where are my references?
That does not appear to have... Oh, hang on, just... The Newtonsoft is right there, but nothing else is. Are we sure this one... Ah, hang on. Is it just that this is the GUI project and it does not have?
It is, that's it.
So
Socket
the API,
API
one, maybe.
The Socket API
There
is
we
the
go.
one we want. And it's got all... Well, it doesn't have all of the same ones.
First block, I think, is broadly the same.
Yeah.
Second, a little harder
It's
to
close,
see.
but it doesn't have the piece that it's missing. In this is the second block right here.
Oh,
It doesn't
yeah.
have the web request pieces that we saw before, at least. It looks
True.
like it's missing both of those. So I think we can still mess with it, though. Let's try it. Unload the project. Edit the file. Project file. I guess it did open it up when I unloaded it, it looks like. Wait. Socket API. Okay. Well, look at this.
Ooh.
I'm going to do search and replace. That's what I'm going to do. I think.
Are those files... Is that not accurate? Is that not where your Steam is installed to?
No, this is the person who
Or the provided person's
provided
version?
the source code.
Yeah,
That's
that
their
would make much
path.
more sense.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to find that and replace it. That's all I need to do with the place where our
Yeah.
bouncy rock stuff is, which is that DLL's path. Which let's go. Hold on a second. Let me open up a new notepad here. And here's what I got. Notepad. I'm basically looking at that. That's what I want to replace it with.
Yeah.
In hidden path. So we're going to select to there, I think,
Yeah.
and replace with that. And do all. Save it. See how bad or good this is. Reload.
Worst case, the same operation in reverse will put it back.
Huh? What? That doesn't make any sense to me at all.
Further developing story at PriceSmart in the comments.
Membership 6408. I want her to know that when she does this, like probably hundreds of people are watching this. And okay, fine.
Okay, so there's just an S missing from the previous email's address.
All right, we'll go figure that out.
To be fair, it's not the easiest. You know, if you articulate that domain verbally, there's no distinction between the two spellings.
What is the domain wrong? Is what the problem was?
Yeah, I think she's saying there was an S, so it's the word smart rather than mart. But yeah, kind of an area in which you'd expect a lot of mistakes get made.
Boom. All right. Done. I'm a germ? Gem? Did you misspell germ? All right. Let's see. Back over here.
Yes, you've done a search and replace. You've attempted a build.
Unity engine cannot be found. I don't understand. You know what I'm going to do, Roy? I'm just going to go in and add them, I think. I feel like we did the right thing. Is the path maybe wrong here?
Is it different relative to this project compared to the other project?
That's
I mean,
what
they
I'm
all show
thinking
up in parallel, but that doesn't necessarily mean that's where they are.
Yeah, so we got the handouts plugin. Let's go look at that.
So 3 folders up, and that's where we're believing. So from the projects on disk.
That's plugin is still unloaded. Do I have the open folder in File Explorer? I do. Okay, so socket API is here. Go up 1, 2, then DLLs. And what are we doing?
We're going up 3 by the look of it.
3, right? Okay, let's go back
So
over here. All right, unload project. It does open it up, right? There it is right there. Sweet. Okay, so unload project is the same as open it. We need to do this. We need to look for... Whoops, not
that's
that
the
one.
wrong one.
We need to look at this.
Yeah.
We need to say, look for that, replace with that. Go everywhere.
Looks good.
All right, save it. Reload project. Go. Ha ha! Except for Beppin. Okay, so
the only question is, did we really save ourselves any time overall on that, on just going and picking them? I don't know.
No, we did not.
Having learned to do it, though, we can probably apply that logic to another project
right.
fairly quickly.
That's right. Okay, let's go. I need to get Beppin in here. What is the fastest way to get Beppin? Is it to come in and right-click? Or I think it's faster to unload the project again and modify that one Beppin reference. Because I think it's also... It's not down 2. I think it's to there, is what I think it is. Let's try that reload project.
That's actually an alteration from 4 to 2, to 3 so far.
Yeah, that's, well, 4 to 3 instead.
One extra layer, certainly.
Didn't work. Let's go find it. I feel like I'm in the right spot. Go.
That's it.
All right, let's see if we can build here. Build's been canceled because probably of a dependency on something else. That looks like a dependency problem. So we just got to go modding utils. Looks like we got a problem. Where's modding utils? There you are. Okay. All right, let's fix you. Let's, before we do that, that's all I need to do is that. Okay, copy that to take away. Unload project. See how we're doing. Reload project. And we're probably just missing what? Oh, it's the double, isn't it? The double single. All right. You know, you offer up the possibility that we could learn from our mistakes, and yet,
well,
this guy does not do that. All right, so we're gonna go to that, and we're gonna now do this, and go to that. Go 1, 2, 3, and now replace all. All right, save it, reload it.
I'm going to say there's a lot more projects in this solution with the phrase plugin, which presumably we could still gain time from having done this in this way.
love the hope. Okay,
All
one more
is
time.
not yet lost.
For Bepinex. All right, good. Let's see if we can build you. Bill's been canceled. What do you depend on? Nothing. What are my errors? There's no build errors here. It's output from build. Wait, where am I not seeing errors? Where do I go to see my errors? I'm not seeing any issues with the... There we go. All right. Show position plugin. There we go. This is where we need to go first. Okay, so this has got a reference to... I don't see a project reference to the show position plugin. So maybe that's coming from above. Maybe that's coming from above. All right, so let's go look at this. Let's unload.
No, that error is in the show position plugin and it cannot find Bepinex.
Yeah, so I'm unloading that so I'm unloading it. So I can go modify its pieces.
I thought you were looking to a reference to it from modding utils. But fair enough.
All right, so we're going to take it there. Look for that, and we're going to replace with this minus that.
Yes.
Go. Save. Reload. Project.
Oh, come on.
Is show position 2 up or something? Is that the problem?
Hang on a second. Which... Oh, you're still looking at Handouts plugin in that one. Yeah.
Let me unload again. That looks right. So let's undo this. I can't undo it. All right. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna add one. Just feeling it. I just feel like that's where it is, Rory.
Tried to fake us out.
Yeah.
It said, aha, they've learned from this. I know, I'll just change things up a little.
A little bit. Let's see if that did it. What you got for me? That's, oddly, kind of worked.
Oh.
How did it not work entirely is what I don't understand.
It feels very unfair.
All right, so DLLs. Let's actually get Bepinex first. Okay, more. And DLLs. So we need bounce package.runtime.
Which is there.
I feel like, whoops,
yeah.
I need to multi-click these. Bounce tools.runtime, gotcha. Unity post-processing, I feel like all of these should work. Unity, wait, I'm in system, sorry. Unity post-processing runtime. Unity engine. Diamond in the rough of this show is what Karen says. Let's see. There we go. Unity engine is next. I didn't get these. I don't understand that. I'm like, what?
You see, there are several other DLLs here which are referenced and were found, and we previously have added to other projects. So, like the Text Mesh Pro one was in that folder. It was found. I don't get it.
I know. I'm with you. I'm like a little bit like, what? Okay. Build has been canceled. What do we got? So there's no issues found up above. I'm not happy with my, the same. We've got it. It's just a reference thing. Let's go.
Well, we're running out of projects to have to fix, so I mean.
Yeah, you're right. Okay, so that one's good. That one's good. Remove DO depth of field plugin. This is a specific plugin.
Do you know what would be really handy right about now?
Mm-mm.
Copy pasting references from project to project.
Yeah. wouldn't it? Can't do it.
No, it's
This is like
just
some
one of those things.
serious Visual Studio pain. Okay. References. What's the fastest way to do this one? Remove DOF. Depth of field one. I don't even care about this actually. Let's unload that project. I don't even want to worry about it right now. Remove fog plugin. I want to unload that. I don't care about that one either. R for rotate. To be honest, I don't really care about R for rotate. Set injection flag plugin. This feels like it might be something that's important.
I've just had a strange thought. I know you can't copy between instances of Studio,
Yeah.
like files. But I do know that if you wanted to insert a file into a place in a project, you can copy from Explorer and paste into Solution Explorer. So I wonder, could we copy the DLLs straight out of where they are and paste them into references? Is that going to have any effect? Or is it going to try and include them as content?
Can we drag and drop them in? That's interesting. I think we might be able to. Okay.
To be fair, we might mess a whole bunch of stuff up. I feel like the path already established is maybe at least more reliable than that.
Yeah. So look at this. Some of these didn't quite. Here we have two that didn't quite.
Yeah.
Isn't that so weird?
Only two.
It's like.
Well, at least thankful it is only two, but at the same time, why? Come on. Dear universe, please follow established rules.
Yeah, I know. Isn't it kind of a mystery?
I remember saying similar thing with my kids.
Third-party runtime. Good. Okay. So you're good now. You're happy to go. How are you?
Yes.
You're happy to go.
That looks good.
And you should be happy to go. All right, now let's come back in here and see what we can do. Can we build you?
Yay! Check it out. Something worked.
Jetsam says rules. There are no rules here. Not in this universe.
Jetsam here to save us now that we've got all of the things in place. Well, I say that. We've got some references and things compiled. History will tell us that won't be the end of all the errors.
Yeah.
But,
yeah. Okay, so now let's figure out the next thing we have to figure out, which is I'd like to make a change to one of these plugins, and I'd like to, glad I could help out, says Jetsam. I'd like to make a change to one of the plugins, and then let's try it out over in TaleSpire. That's what I think I want to do. We just built this guy right here. This guy is... It's that thing right there. Socket API GUI. Let's copy that. Let's go to the TaleSpire folder. It's on another machine over here. And where do we put it? In plugins? Nope. It's in data. You were the one who pointed that out. Right? TaleSpire data? Shoot, no, wait. Maybe managed? No.
A bunch of stuff did go in a data folder. Whether it's strictly what you're looking at, I'm not sure. So I was building my plugin to an underscore data / managed. No,
Here
it wasn't. Sorry.
Here are the plugins right here.
Found it?
These are the plugins. But what I grabbed, Socket API GUI, is not a plugin.
No, but isn't it? I mean, the logic should be it's not even got references to Unity. It did have a compadre project, the Socket API project.
Yeah, so it's just going to talk to it. Is what it
So
is.
I think you put the Socket API
right there.
project is a DLL that you put in place,
Yeah.
and then you run the exe to talk to it.
Yeah, here's the old one, and I'm going to paste the one I just built in here. We're going to replace it. Now
I'm going to replace
try.
one piece.
Yeah. Now I'm going to try running it, but can I run it from here? Would that work? Okay. No. Let's go to the same machine I'm on at least and see if I can run it from that machine. Explorer. And gosh, where are you, TaleSpire? I forget. Program files.
I have a slightly worrying feeling about this.
Oh wait, I know how to get to it. Hold on a second. Yeah, go ahead.
Well, So the way this works is you've got a program TaleSpire, which in your case you've got through Steam, which means it auto updates whenever they need you to. All right. And that means they go through maybe new versions of Unity, new versions of other things. Equally, you've got a download which contains several projects, several plugin projects, and some reference DLLs that you bind to at compile time, essentially.
Yeah.
However, you then take the executable and put it in a place with potentially different references,
Yes.
versions of those references. And that error that we just saw, I think it said you've got the wrong version of Newtonsoft.
Yeah.
So I have this back of my mind feeling that we should actually change the references that we've just put to your copied set of DLLs and point them at the actual ones in use by TaleSpire.
I thought I copied these from that location though.
Oh, okay.
I'm pretty sure they're the actual ones, is what I think. Now we haven't the Newtonsoft. I got the same error on the other one. I didn't really look at the error closely. So if we started up here, we say get creature list. You get that same assembly version problem. Located assembly's manifest definition does not match the assembly reference. If I go into details, I can't make this bigger. All right, let's open it up. So here are my details. So I get that it's expecting. I can't tell if this is what it's expecting or what it found. It's 6.0 is our
I'm not
clue.
sure.
All right. So that's about all we get from that. Quit. References. This is the guy right here, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is version 6.
Okay, so what version is in the folder next to the exe? In the deployed location where you were running it from.
Okay, let's figure that out.
Because you can probably, just above it there, one up from what you've got selected.
Here?
No, in the folder you were, literally next to the executable you ran.
Right here. Oh, this.
One up.
I'm sorry.
So get the properties of that file. This should on details, I think.
12.
Wow, much more advanced for some reason.
All right, let's go get that. Well, why don't I take this?
Yeah, we can steal that and put it over the top of everything else, I think.
You bet I'm going to do that.
The nice thing is, as I understand it, Newtonsoft doesn't depend on much else itself. So, you're not going to be breaking something. What I'd suggest, though, maybe is, rather than just overwriting it, should we rename the old one to preserve it? Because we might be mixing .NET versions and all sorts here.
Do you want to? What are you saying? You want to rename it?
Well, we could just paste over the top and replace it, but then how do we undo that if we think it's then wrong? So
no, I'm going to put it in here in our DLLs, and this.
But it's already there. That's kind of my point. So you're overwriting a previous copy of Newtonsoft JSON.
No, I don't think it's here.
I can see it.
Where is it? Oh,
3
cool.
from the bottom. Excuse me.
Whoops. Shoot. Go back. Right click. Properties. What you got for me? You're 12. Yeah.
Huh?
See it?
Okay.
So I'm gonna just reference this guy right here.
Okay. That's fine then. Yeah.
So I'm gonna take this one away. Well, you say that's fine, but we don't live in a world where everything makes sense. All right, Newtonsoft.json.
More and more, I'm convinced that things make sense. It's just not the sense I want it to.
I'm stunned, by the way, of your ability to spot things alphabetically. Your alphabetical search algorithm in your brain, I think, is on fleek, as the kids say. Or as they used to say. They don't say that anymore. That's only what old guys say. All right, so that's a build right there. Where is the build? The build is, I guess I got to go in. I could hit run. from right here. Let's set a startup project. I'm just hit run. Alright, get creature list. I don't think that's going to work. Could not load file or assembly.
But now it's version 12 that it's got the issue with.
This must be in another place though.
Well, this is in your debug folder beneath the project, right? Rather than on the other machine or wherever it was you were running it from before.
But I specifically said to get it from that location. It's version 12. Right, so it's getting it from the right folder. We right-click that. It said it was version 12. Could not load the file or assembly or one of its dependencies. This is what I hate about this error. Strong name validation failed. What dependencies does that thing have? I don't know how to find that out. I don't know.
I didn't think it had any.
Yeah.
Save for the framework itself.
I got a copy local. It's true. Specific version is false, which means it should load it. I don't get this. Do I have help in here on this? I do not. Apparently I have help. Strong name validation failed. Let's search for this. I'm right clicking. Seriously? No copy menu? Why do you make it so hard? Okay. VS, strong name validation failed, C#, and I want to say Newtonsoft. Wait, what was it?
That's probably enough, to be honest.
.json. Yeah, I've never had a fast way out of this problem, as I recall it. That's not my problem,
Really?
is it?
That can't be, surely.
This is always a weird thing, right? Isn't it? That 64 is better than 86. Right?
Oh, yeah.
Let's see if that helps us at all.
I can't remember the specifics. I think
Same problem.
8086 had 86 instructions at some level.
See Matskas. Matskas. How you doing, see Matskas?
Wow, 425 show is raiding party of 12. Come on in, everybody.
Welcome 425 show.
You are all very welcome.
How you doing? You guys are just in time to help us out.
Yeah.
Vicious is out there as well. Hey, Vicious.
Come on in. You catch us trying to debug, well, I don't know, what do we call this? Sort of a Unity game-based plugin mechanic. We're using TaleSpire. We're attempting to use TaleSpire, but more importantly, to engage with it in a programmatic fashion. So TaleSpire is this facility to build Dungeons and Dragons environments, so custom play space for your adventures. And we'd like to give it programmatic instructions to move characters within it, to cast spells and effects, and all kinds of clever stuff like that. But first, we need to have the most basic of connections with it. We need to just get it to acknowledge us or to give us some information. And we have some information that this can be done using plugins. After all, TaleSpire is essentially a Unity-based facility, and many of these appear to use, and we're going to get the terminology wrong here, I'm sure, Bepinex to, in conjunction, I believe, with Harmony, to effectively convince the game to load your DLLs instead of some others, or maybe in addition to. The idea being to effectively inject your code in a thoroughly pleasant and not nasty and malicious way to get effects of our own choosing out of the system. and we've been trying to compile our plugins here for a while, and we've got them compiling. Now we've got compatibility issues with versions, and it's proving a little bit more, well, unfriendly.
I have an idea on how to get this. I have a suspicion it might be because I'm loading up a different version of Newtonsoft.json in the referenced DLLs. So I'm going to try removing those.
Oh, I see.
And then
so multiple projects are conflicting on their choice of Newtonsoft.
Yeah, that's one.
With each other.
Yeah. So I'm just going to come in here and grab this one. And yeah, I think
that's pretty reasonable logic. Yeah.
Sometimes we get that error that's like, it says it's one thing, but it's really not, and I'm suspicious that's the case right here. So I'm just going to go in and grab these, grab that new, nice, clean, fresh Newtonsoft DLL that's out there, and make sure all these others have it. It's kind of interesting, isn't it, Rory? That there's a fair amount of configuration here. It feels. Right?
Yeah.
We really haven't got to a point where we've got to build on this sample code yet. All these, I unloaded those. My modding utils. Let's go in there. Yep, I bet you need it. Also, there's no way that I can see in Visual Studio that they can make this easier, where I can come in and say, hey, I want to use this across the board on everything. Like if I was using NuGet, this would probably be like you could go fix this across the board. But there's no way that I know to do this without kind of manually making these changes here. Almost done. Here we go. There you go. Let's see if that's good. Let's save that. And let's rebuild. Build's been canceled. What's going on with that? Generate return false. Got a task here. I'm not sure what these error messages are. I've never seen this before. Set injection flag plugin. Failed to build.
Okay.
What's my problem here? There's a reference in here that's missing. All the references are good. A lot of errors for all the references being good. It feels like it's a referencing problem.
Yeah.
Like all of these errors are kind of crazy. I'm not seeing, and the other thing is the project and file are all the same on all of these. Now I'm almost feeling it's a, let's try clean. Rebuild. All right, fine. Let's unload the project.
Did you alter the project back again so that it was x86 when you made the Newtonsoft?
I did not. I think that was this guy right here. It was the only place I changed that.
I mean, it feels like a strange thing to have to put back again because I think it feels like it's the top level thing. So, mind you, x86.
Well, maybe I have a feeling that one was never building. We never maybe got that building. All right, let's see what we get now. Same error. Yeah, I'm with you.
I've never done anything with strong name validation, and therefore my knowledge in the area is pretty small. But I had this idea in my head that unless I wanted to reference something, in a fashion which would check its strong name, that it wouldn't do it, even if it could do it. But perhaps I'm wrong.
There's another person saying this. Hold on. Open the command prompt as an administrator in the following commands.
Okay, so that alludes to why the previous suggestion was maybe valid. There are two sets of registry keys, which declare to the framework, should I check the strong naming? And it's possible that the x86 one said yes and the x64 said no. These are instructions to have them both say no. Don't bother checking.
Yeah, I'm not exactly sure that's my favorite solution to the problem.
Yeah, it feels a little bit security risky.
What is this? SN SVRDLO path. What's going on here? Okay. Yeah, we're back to this thing again.
Is about generating the strong name, but I'm trying to think now. Effectively, this is the whole public-private key where you validate that the exe or DLL has not changed since it was created, or since the key was created. So it's a bit like a checksum of sorts. So not only is it the right version, it's no one's come along and changed it to be the right version, to sneak some code into your system such that it runs nefarious things.
Right. I'm just like kind of blown away by this, though. Right? This guy is the right version. Right? It's the one that's out there. Certainly everything we can tell. It is a problem, by the way, when I've had this before. I really feel like the burden of responsibility on this problem is it should be more on the devs at Microsoft. That's what I think. I think that I find that these, I've had these problems in the past. There's never a fast way out of it that I see. And notice the suggestion here, the one that's got the highest ranked suggestion, is to simply turn off strong name validation.
Yeah.
Right?
Oh, apparently the video is frozen, says Vicious.
I have a feeling it's going to come back. I'm looking at my upload speed. It looks good.
I'm seeing the stream is okay.
Yeah, okay.
Okay, how certain are... So you changed the reference for this project to Newtonsoft to find it in a specific location. Did we try running it in code before that change was made? In other words, did it run prior to that? I know we deployed it and had trouble in situ, but...
Yeah, it runs. It runs till I hit the button to then load up. Watch, if I run it, here's the app right here. It's not till I call kid creature list that it has the problem.
Right, but did we try and do that before you redirected to the Newtonsoft that was in the sort of golden folder?
I think so. Yeah,
okay.
We had the same problem. The first one we had was this exception that popped up right here in this space, right? Could not load the file or assembly Newtonsoft. Yeah, I'm like leaning more and more towards this really nasty solution right here. Nasty set of commands.
Yeah, that's delete this key and then add a key which looks very similar but has, well, /* comma star at the end of it.
I have a feeling this means on everything don't verify it. Yeah.
Well, I mean, we could deduce fairly safely, I think, that if this didn't work, we could conjure an equivalent set of commands to reverse this.
Yeah.
You'd simply switch the adds and deletes around, and I think we'd be back where we started.
I'm on it. This is unable to find the specified registry key or value.
Really?
I'm like, all right, you're right.
Well,
maybe I shouldn't even mess with it. All right, I'm backing away as well. And the thing is, I've been here. This is asked 12 years, 3 months ago, and you know. All right, let's get out of here.
The answer has not.
And then the other
improved.
problem is well, okay, we can go turn on the logging, right, to get very detailed messaging. But it's like, how do I do that? It's like really, there's so many, there's no clear guidance on this. I'm not a fan of these pages here. Seriously, that's, okay. I'm like in a kind of a grumpy mood this morning, I think. This company needs to fix this UI. This UI is really hard to work with. It really is. Okay. Starting the application. What else we got? Any other? App config? Fuse log. Yeah, fusion log.
That rings a bell.
Yeah, I hate this.
It's not a very pleasant bell from my memory.
I've never had a fun experience with this either. It's so much freaking noise. It's like, and it takes a long time to get in to set this whole thing up, but I have a feeling it will tell us the problem. I think we got to do it, Rory. It's like...
It's one of those things, isn't it? You have to set your mind sort of space to masochism, and then you're ready to go in. Right?
I know. Now you just convinced me not to do it. I'm not doing it. Do we have this? Is it installed on my machine all over already? All over?
Oh, I think it comes with everything. Yeah.
What is it?
Fairly sure.
Log.
Or at least if you've got Studio on your machine, it kind of comes along with that.
VW.
At the least.
It's just got results.
Yeah, there it is.
It's just showing up results on the web. It's not actually saying where I can start it from.
Right. Either you can just launch it; it'll be on the path, or isn't there a Studio version of command line, which would probably throw that onto the path?
Fuse log VW.
Yeah.
No, not on the path. Not working for me.
Okay.
That's what I did there. I didn't type and put it in exe at the end.
Nah, that shouldn't be necessary.
Am I doing it the wrong?
It does just say at the command prompt, enter the following command. I mean, it is pretty basic. Oh, it says use the Visual Studio Developer command prompt.
Which is what? How do I get to that?
So you might be able to find it just searching the start menu. It's one of these. It kind of loads with an additional path, I think. About
search for Visual Studio, maybe?
Yeah. I'm trying to think, do I have that on here? No, that didn't come up very well.
It's only taking me out to the web.
How about?
Search for the command prompt file, vsdev command .bat is what it's called. Let's try that. Oops. vsdev command. It's going to work. Nope, brings up Bing. Not what I want.
See, it used to be the case you could use the start menu to find a folder where all the things were put, but now everything's alphabetical. It takes you the best part of your day just to scroll through it.
Okay, I'm getting a little grumpy, my friend. Okay, so let's see. So I
found it.
Yeah.
On mine. So on my instance of Windows, I guess, if you just click Start and you've got by default a list of vertical folders, vertical items, they're in alphabetical order.
Right.
Go all the way down to V, and I've got Visual Studio 2019. It's a folder. And if I open that folder, the second command is the developer command prompt for Visual Studio 2019.
Wow.
It's buried. Okay. That might be what you're looking for.
Well, thank you for that effort. And now so much time has passed. We're doing the fuse log thing is what we're trying to do.
We're hoping that's...
Oh my God.
Okay. Well, it didn't error.
There it is right there.
There we go.
Okay, so now it's on. Now, settings. Log is disabled. How do we change that?
So is this something where the log is in memory? So as you try and do something and the exception is thrown, more detail appears here? That feels excessive, doesn't it?
Yeah, but you have to turn it on is what you have to do. So this is the crazy thing, right? We can't, we have the right reference, but it's not loading. It says it's the wrong one. Strong name validation is failing, right? That's the essence of the problem. So what do we have to do? Well, we have to find our way through the error to finally get a reference to, hey, look, use Fusion Log to get the assembly binding log viewer up. And I'm like, okay, let's do it. So then we go and we try to do it. Where is it? And we have to go search. Right, all of these branches where we have to backtrack and then research. That's what I remember from the last time I was in this situation. It's a rat's nest. It's just this spaghetti minefield of backup now research, backup now research. So now we need to know how to turn on logging, right? I'm like, look at, why isn't that one of the main entries right here? Change the log settings. Click the settings button. Okay, but they're all, when I bring it up, they're all turned off.
I know you're not convinced, shall we say, but what happens if you just leave this up and run as before?
All right, we're going to try it.
I mean, I'm only 30% convinced that there's any chance, but...
Already we should have seen a bunch of these show up. Let's see. Anything?
Okay, we definitely got our accept. No, nothing happened.
Nothing.
Okay, fair enough.
Yeah. No, it should be loaded with stuff. And I don't understand why we can't change those settings. I guess let's do a search for it. Yeah, this makes me angry when they say it's as simple as this, and it's clearly not.
It's as simple as... Do you ever feel like we're going on a quest to try... this is a very meta sort of thing. All right, going on a quest to solve the problem so that others can ultimately go on a quest.
Yeah, so let's do fuse log VW settings are locked. I want to add expletives at the end of this thing. Fine. Admin privileges. Really? I was totally thinking that too. I was like, is it admin privileges? So how... Oh my God. You guys are going to kill me. All right, so back in again, scrolling
This does
down.
say we have to run as admin, yeah.
Does it say it?
Yeah.
I'm sure it does in a place that's hard to find. I'm sure it says that properly. Okay.
So if you find the icon from before, we should be able to right-click Run as Administrator, which will launch your command prompt as administrator. Then you can launch Fuse Log BW.
Well, I've got it. I just pinned it to start. It's not letting me run as... It's not letting me run the command prompt as an administrator.
Really?
Yeah.
That's
there's no right-click option that says run it as an administrator.
Okay, let me try.
Let's go do another search for something new.
Hang on, so when I right-click mine, there's a pin to start more and uninstall, and the more has a second level menu, which is run as administrator. Because, why put things in an obvious place when you can bury them?
Holy cow.
This is what pirates do with treasure, right? They make it as hard to find as possible.
Oh my God. I just want to, I'm like very, very, like, I want to say things that are not appropriate for the show right now. That's what I want to do. Holy cow. I think this is the one with administrator privileges. So do I still have it on the clipboard? I do.
That's the one. And then it's up, maybe?
Starting up on another monitor, go into settings.
Hey, we can change settings.
All right.
What level of bad thing must you be capable of doing with this tool for it to be so hard to launch?
Right, or alternatively, I was thinking, what level of bad thing have we done that has made it so that we can't use the tool, that we're being punished? Clearly, that's what's happening. All right, back over here, restart one more time, and we're up and running. Do we have anything in the Fusion log? Nothing yet, but I did say log failures. There should be a failure. Oh. Do I have to just keep hitting run here? Did that get it?
Well,
now
push refresh.
Hold on. Let's go back. Where was it? This was it right here? Okay.
Yeah.
Refresh, click the refresh.
Does not automatically detect new entries. Push the refresh button to display them. Oh,
Nothing,
okay.
but we did
That was
close.
anticlimactic.
Let's try to get the error again. Bring it up. Got the error. Hit refresh. Also, enable immersive logging isn't an option unless I choose log path.
It says login exception text. Does that mean it's altered the...
I hate that I have to like specify a path, but it really wants to make me specify some sort of custom log path here. Really have to do that? Oh my god, you're so painful. It's not be relative, it must be an existing folder. Okay, so maybe just like that.
Just
on a
path,
file.
perhaps? Yeah.
Okay. I don't believe or trust necessarily anything's working. Here's the error again, running right past it. Nothing here. I've used it in the past. Ooh, but this is maybe good.
That's interesting. I refuse to believe the data it's gathering is so complex as to cause
I checked the checkbox, Rory, that said log immersive stuff, is what I said.
Sure, but I mean...
Do immersive logging. I wonder if it's just logging like crazy everything that's happening right now.
Oh, wow, yeah.
You know, so let's see what we got out here. Okay, here we go. We actually got something.
Oh, wow, okay, that's...
Maybe 1,000 things, or that's it? That's all I've got?
There it is, third from the bottom. That's our entry.
11:25. What time is that? That's about a minute ago. All right.
Because that's Newtonsoft, and that's RXE. So...
What does it want me to open up? It's an HTML file. Okay. The operation was successful.
Could have fooled me.
Socket API GUI loaded it. Where's my problem? Binding succeeds. Hold on, I want to move this over here. I want to zoom up a little bit. Make this a little easier to read. Okay, where's my error? I don't see an error.
I don't either, and
this is the thing we're loading it from.
Yeah. I mean, if...
Detailed error log follows. It does say this.
Okay. Well...
App base, socket API GUI. I had an idea and then I was
GAC
like,
lookup was unsuccessful. Fine. Yes. Attempting to load file from that location was successful. Entering something source setup phase. See, it worries me slightly. This was the third from last in the list, so no matter which way through the list you're operating, it went on and did other things. Oh, except it's got the latest date timestamp by 2 seconds. So why is it listed there? Is that alphabetical? Yeah, kind of is. Okay. Okay, so our issue, our Newtonsoft thing, is the last thing in this list to have happened, so it's appropriate that it would stop there, but it's apparently stopped with an error that declares everything to be successful.
Yeah. I don't
Do you
know,
think
man.
there's another stream somewhere where the title of the stream is "Watch as we set Mark and Rory up for delicious levels of failure" due to a decade-long plan to
I don't know.
have crazy happen?
I was thinking, do you think there's another profession that we could maybe go into, like, selling flowers or something like that?
Which would be less of an issue.
What the actual heck in jelly beans is now what I'm kind of now saying. What? I don't even get this. Why did that take us 7 minutes to get to here as well? Let's delete all. I just hit delete all and it didn't delete all? What? Okay.
Right, now before you do too much else, you might want to put those settings back, because otherwise your whole machine might slow down whilst generating that stuff.
Okay, so we'll turn off immersive logging for the very least.
Sure.
Logging all binds to disk. That's kind of what we're doing. Regardless of whether we're logging or not, this thing, we should see the results here. Let's come in here, run it one more time. Let's see if we can duplicate it. Get like maybe a list of things out here. All right, so we're at this point. We come over here and say refresh. Well, that's maybe a good sign. I'm on one of the fastest machines developers can buy right now. You should never see something like this. An hourglass. Yeah, okay, there we go. Interesting, the settings come up. Not sure that's happening. All right, let's look at it again, see what we got here. There's Newtonsoft. Right there, it's the last one in the list. Are you using the latest version of Newtonsoft? Asked Mystic Soda. I don't know the answer to that question. Because you defo should. Well, I was thinking we would use the same version that we were seeing in the TaleSpire folder. Because ultimately we're trying to get something to run in that folder. Would you
Yeah. No, I agree. I mean, it's a reasonable question. I'm trying to think back now through what we're trying to set up. So, for those who may have not been with us this whole time, we are endeavoring to run a plugin. The plugin natively tries to use DLLs associated with Unity and some others. I believe the idea is it uses a harmony framework. I think the idea is to subvert some code which would normally run by running your plugin in its place, or bits of it. So we downloaded the plugin. It's not our code, it's not our work to this point at least, and all we're really trying to do is to get the code version of the plugin to run. And it took us enough time to find the references it was talking about. We ultimately found them inside the TaleSpire application, the one that this plugin is designed to work with. Now, granted, there may be versioning issues, but since we copied the DLLs from TaleSpire, we are at least running the latest ones of those DLLs. So our plugin itself, I guess, could be out of date with respect to those. Now, we re-added the Newtonsoft reference, and Studio was happy to let us do so. So when we come to do things with it and execute code, for it to turn around and tell us, sorry, no, there's a problem proving that this is the right version, the strong name validation failed. That feels weird, because it accepted the reference in the first place, and now running it seems to be suggesting we've altered it somehow.
Yeah, I'm with you. Also, the crazy thing is when we get to this point, we get to this error, strong name validation failed. If we bring up the assembly binding viewer for it, right there we bring up this, it says, hey, guess what? Your binding succeeds.
Oh yeah, it's failed in a way which was totally successful.
Yeah, the GAC, it does say GAC lookup was unsuccessful. We do get that.
That's not unreasonable though.
Attempting to download new file. Assembly download was successful. Attempting setup of file. Entering run from source setup phase. Binding
And of course-
succeeds.
That final line is assembly is loaded in default load context. I mean, if that isn't a statement of success, you know?
Yeah, I feel like I have no guiding, no ideas in terms of how to fix this. No guiding sense, right? I know this might sound stupid. No, I'll take it, Mystic Stoda.
At this point, we will take any suggestion at all.
Our bar for suggestions has gone.
Yeah.
If stupid's up here, we're down here. We'll take it, man. Give
Yeah.
it to us.
Bring it.
I totally want Mystic Soda to go on a break and go eat lunch or something and then come back. Oh, sorry. I didn't finish my sentence.
Try deleting bin object folders and rebuild anything. So the clean option, essentially. Yeah.
Fine.
Hey, why not?
Yeah, we've seen stranger things happen on this show work, right?
Yes.
Even on this
Yes.
show. We've been like,
So
hey,
now
let's
we're
try
kind of
this.
hypothesizing that despite telling it reference 1, Studio is now clinging to old reference and thus quite rightly says eventually, hey, this isn't what you told me it was.
Yeah, but we saw the same problem though over on the other side, I think. Oh wait, we haven't tried moving our new build over there yet. We haven't tried that. But let's try it. Let's see what happens here. Let's do a run. Start it up. And I just gotta click on this button. That's my duplicate. Yeah.
Okay.
That's my problem.
Consistent at least.
But I am interested to see what will happen is if we take this build we just created and move it to the other machine and run it, are we going to get the same problem that we had before? It's that guy right there. And what's this guy? This is in my same spot, right? Yeah, that's the same folder. Let's see, there's my TaleSpire folder right here. So this is on my second machine. So now I'm going to take this, drop it right on top of that one right there, and place it. File's open. Let's go see it over here. I don't see it open over here.
Are we still running it on this machine from previous time?
Put another program. Yeah, I don't understand that. What? I just have to do that?
That's
Right.
fine.
I'm trying it on the second machine. I'm clicking Get Creature List. Yeah, I get the same problem. Unhandled exception. If you click Continue, the application will notice error and attempt to continue. If you quit, the application will close immediately. Could not load file or assembly Newtonsoft version 12. One of its dependencies, the located assembly's manifest definition does not match the assembly reference. The located assembly's manifest. So that I think is actually now a clue. I want to copy that and look for that. The
Mr.
located.
Soda's asking, what code did we change, if any at all, that made this happen? We didn't really change. What we've done is download a project, well, a solution with several projects in it, and we're trying to get it to run. Okay, we've patched the references to effectively the ones that we found in the definitive product, the one that this is trying to influence, and we have reached the point of successful compile. Then when we run the resultant program, it does load, as you've seen, and then we invoke the button, which we're pretty sure actually reaches out using sort of REST APIs and stuff, gets a result, and it's trying to either encode the request going out or decode the request coming back using Newtonsoft. But it's telling us, haha, that Newtonsoft you're pointing me out, that's not legit enough. We don't want to use that. That could be somebody else's subverted code. Or at least that's my impression based on this strong name validation failure. So, yeah. Unfortunately, we don't have a running correctly version of this to compare our code to.
Right. Now, the thing that's interesting is I did actually have this got this working like a while back. Yeah, so we're same problem. I just tried to restart Visual Studio. I don't understand how to solve this. Let's maybe see what we can do. Let's take out the reference to maybe shut down Fusion Log. This guy isn't helping us now.
Well, yeah. What was the change we made? At one point during the process, we got the same error, but it was version 6 it was complaining about, not 12.
Right, we changed the reference to go to the new 12 across the board everywhere. That's what we did.
Okay.
So I just hit F5 and now Visual Studios feels like it's kind of locked up to me. What's this? This thing, weird thing is
Live
real.
Coding has an interesting idea. I used to get that when I was doing plugins for CodeRush Classic. How did you extract the files from the zip?
I think I just extracted them into this folder. No, I didn't. I did not. That's not true. I cloned it right from over here. I brought it in like
Right.
this. This might be useful too to take a look at what's changed here between the original and what we've done. So funny. Remove the fog plugin. Okay, never mind. I thought that was so. Yeah, so what we've done is we've gone in, I've created a folder called DLLs, and also there's a existing folder for the BEP and EXE for the DLL. So I basically said these hard-coded DLLs are now in this location, so I did those, made those changes across the board. What about Handouts plugin? I'm not seeing a change line for Newtonsoft in here for this guy. The one I know it's got to be in is this one here.
There it is.
Okay.
So it was previously pointing at the Newtonsoft.
There's previously an 8 in the source code. Somehow, I guess I changed it. Why is it a 6 there, though? This guy should be a 12. Like,
yeah.
Is that my problem?
Well, okay.
That
Here's
smells
the
like
thing.
my problem.
Maybe there was an 8 expected by the code. It got put on your machine, which on your local version had, I'm not sure. But then when you go to, effectively because he compiled it against 8 when he had TaleSpire on his machine, but it's moved on since then. TaleSpire now used 12. And thus when you went to pick that, that's what you got.
Let me click edit project file. Where is it? Look at this. I'm right clicking and choosing edit project file. Is it this guy? Oh wow. That was crazy. I clicked on it and it went away. Hold on, let's do this again. Edit project file. Okay. All right. So now let's go find Newtonsoft. What? That was a 12.0. If we reload the project and we look at this, Newtonsoft, that is clearly a 12.0 in this version.
Yeah. Sorry, what changed it to 6 just then?
That's how it was. That's how it was over here in the file. So this is the diff right here, right? I'm like, wait, how does that a 6.0? I think this is my problem. So let's go find it again. Let's change this to a 12. And do I need to worry about this public token key? Is that going to be a different key now?
I don't think so.
But why is this a 12 when it shows up clearly as a 6? This is what blows my mind.
Well, the other thing is specific versions set to false anyway.
Yes, we saw that already on the...
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's go look at the references. Let's go look at this again. Yeah, there it is right there. Strong name says true. Resolved is true. I don't remember what that said before. This is specific version is false. Let's see what happens now when we run. I'm really looking for something. Same error. That's not our problem. Now this should update to a 12 now. There's the 12.
Excuse me. I'm still looking at Live Coding's comment, trying to wonder if there was any other way.
I'm going to take out the public key token. I'm going to take it out.
Yeah, I mean, that's just a specification of what's being looked for. I think you can take out almost all of it, and it should still work.
Yeah, I'm looking for not a still work. I'm looking for a start work. This is what I'm start working.
Well, yeah.
Let's see what happens if we take this out. Save it. Reload the project. Yeah, I'm like... All right, we're up. Keep creature list. Same problem. Where are you getting that public key from? All right, now I'm about ready to search for all Newton softs in the folder. And see if we're loading anything from anywhere else. Here, modding TaleSpire, Newton soft. Go. That was maybe a mistake. Hold on, here we go. Only 2 DLOs. Oh, I hate that I can't duplicate this. Once I choose open file location.
That's quite annoying, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. I'm like, okay,
you can copy the... Yeah.
All right, so let's copy that. And let's go see where you are here. It's a NewtonSoft version reference in the CS proj. Yeah, that's what we thought. Also make sure to look at the binding redirect in the app config. Okay, I haven't done that yet. That's good news. Let's go look at that in a second. Let's go grab this one as well. Is it the same folder? No, it can't be. It's in bin debug. Okay, gotcha. All right, let's go look at those 2. So those are the 2 places that we have it. Right there.
Yeah.
This one's interesting. Socket API, SDK, and examples. Okay, let's open that file location. NewtonSoft, properties, 12. What you got for me? Same version, 12.0.301. So both of those are the same. All right, now we're heading over to live coding suggestion, which is the app config.
Well, that's fairly light.
Yeah, let's say they call that light. I don't think there's anything in there that's messing with us. We've tried this before. We can do it one more time where we go into the build. We say, let's just change it to say, one of these 2. Start it. Sync file, what? As project. Is that because what happened there? I have to give it a new project name? Okay, fine. I'm not going to do that. Choose x64. Still?
Nah, that's rubbish. That can't be right.
Okay, now I finally
didn't do that before.
Yeah, x64. There doesn't like that. And then I don't know. I kind of feel like today's not my day to write code, man.
Well, in tandem with that thought, I think reaching the point where I'm going to have to disappear anyway.
All right. Well, Roy, I appreciate your help. Coders, we got to try what I told you. Wait, what minute? Try my last test.
Search up the H result error that you get from the whole error string. So when that exception's on screen,
yeah,
I think there was a...
Let's do it. Here it comes. Where are you? H result. All right, let's search it.
This kind of answer worries me in that it gives some instructions but doesn't really explain why.
Yeah, it looks like it's a public key token issue, which is like kind of blowing my mind. You know what I'm thinking it is now? I'm thinking there's a... Let's go install latest version of Newtonsoft. Let's go find that.
Right, so we've got a Newtonsoft specifically in place that happens to have strong name validation. Any other one we might choose to download ourselves won't, and therefore will bypass this entire problem.
That's kind of what I'm thinking.
Possibly it's that way purely because TaleSpire, chose to have that copy distributed.
Yeah, let's do... Can I remove this?
Okay.
I think I want to remove this. And let's see if we can do the NuGet package manager. I think there was a second one in here as well.
Okay, Mark, well, I'm going to leave you to that. Hopefully you'll have better luck without me than with.
Yeah.
And we'll rejoin you tomorrow, or I will, and discover all things working. I see a version 13 going past there. Maybe that'll bring you some luck.
It's not letting me, it's locked the file out here too. That's the other crazy thing that's sometimes happening. Yeah, version 13. All right, buddy. Thanks so much. I appreciate your help.
All right, man. Have a good one.
Right.
See you tomorrow.
You Bye.
Bye.
All right, we'll keep pushing at this. See what we get here. All right. So what do we got? We've got it installed here. Where else do we have it? Let's remove this. Let's find every place that it's used and remove it. And then we're going to use NuGet. Okay. All right. Let's uninstall this. Let's go back to the 12.0 one. That way we'll be in sync with the other pieces there. And in fact, what I really want to do is I want to manage NuGet projects, packages for the entire solution. Okay, so back over here, browse Newtonsoft. I'm going to give it to everyone. We're going to grab 12.0.03. Go. For some reason, I don't know, is this locked? What's going on with this? Why does it think it's locked? Let's save, I get an error. Getting an error when I hit save on this. I'm going to hit cancel. And cancel every time. Let it update. Let it update the CS project. Well, I'm hitting save. And it's like saying no. I'm gonna have to call this a new project over here. Let's try that instead. These all really locked. I understand this. Close it and close VS. Yeah, you want me to do that? I'm right in the middle of doing all these things here. I'm going to change each one of these. So let's work on these. I'm going to save everything. Yeah, everything's going to go to a 2 here. Handouts plugin didn't have a reference to it, or did it? Okay. Let's try it. I'll restart in a second. I just want to run one more time on this world. New creature list did not get an error. Object reference, way better. That's a way better error. I can deal with that guy. Sweet. Okay, that feels like it fixed it. Just to be sure though, I'm going to go ahead and close down Visual Studio. It felt like we had like a lock there. We're going to reload it back up. One of the other ones in here. That's really not what I wanted here. Let's go. Let's go back over a little bit. Down to the Visual Studio, all plugins. So can I bring up all the new ones? Okay. Okay, that's fine. I'm okay with that problem. That's not a big deal for me. Let's start one more time. So I'm okay with that null ref because I don't have TaleSpire running on this machine. Good. Okay, now let's take this that we just built, copy it over to the machine that does have TaleSpire on it. And let's go see if it runs over there. I'm going to grab this guy, and sorry, not that guy, this guy right here, and copy him over to this folder right here. Copy from you to you, like that. Replace. Try again. Okay, something over here thinks it's open. I think I know why. I had it selected in File Explorer. Nope, that wasn't it. What's going on over here? Try again. Okay, just have to keep working it. All right, on the second machine. Starting it up. Clicking Get Creature List. Unhandled exception. It's the same Newtonsoft exception, even with the new version over. Interesting. That's kind of really stunning to me. Does that mean if I run it here, I'll get the problem? Yeah. Okay. Right version. Shoot, I hit skip file. I wanted to try replacing it. Now any better? Nice. That's the other error. Okay, now let's go try running it on the other machine. Cannot access child value on main Newtonsoft link.j property. Okay. We're getting a little bit closer. Getting a little bit closer. What I really want to do is be able to talk to the other machine from this machine where I don't have TaleSpire, and I'm not sure how to do that yet. I'll have to figure that out. I think I'm going to end the show for now, and we'll give you guys a raid out and send you over to Oh Bother. And we'll see you tomorrow. All right, kids. We'll try to be a little bit clearer, make more progress in the day tomorrow. To be a little bit more prepared. Thanks a lot, everybody. Live Coding, Mystic Soda, everybody. Thanks so much, and we'll see you tomorrow.